when we are multiplying with scientific notation, we multiply these leading numbers and then we add the exponents that we see there. So 3.5 times 4 makes 14 times 10 to the add exponents and get 34. We can't leave our answer there. We don't want 14 in scientific notation, so we rewrite that as a 1.4, which basically says we've divided by 10 out in the front, so we have to multiply by 10, raising that to a 35th power over there on the right. You could say that the first number is getting smaller, the second number is getting larger. When we divide with scientific notation, we divide the numbers in front and we subtract exponents. 6 over 8 is 3/4, and 3/4 can be written as the decimal 0.75 times 10 to the 4 minus 23 makes negative 19. This cannot be scientific notation because we can't have the 0 out in front, so we're going to change that to 7.5. which basically had us multiplying by 10 out here in front. So we're going to divide by 10, which means subtract 1 from that exponent and make that 10 to the negative 20th power. Now, division. It looks like we can cancel, but we can't. We can't cancel when we have this addition problem. Whenever we're dividing by a binomial, we have to either do long division, or we can notice that the numerator is the sum of two cubes. We could factor that into x plus 4 times x squared, opposite sign, minus 4x plus 16. And then these x plus 4's will cancel. If you don't see that, then you would have to use long division. We'd have to take our x to the third plus 0x squared plus 0x plus 64. Notice I'm inserting these 0 terms because we're skipping over positions in the descending order of exponents. And then doing our long division, x goes into x to the third, x to the second times. We ignored the 4 for the questioning purpose, but the 4 is now there for the distribution of x squared times the x plus 4, giving us x to the third plus 4x squared. The part we have to be the most careful about is this subtraction. Adding down, we're going to have minus 4x squared plus the 0x placeholder coming down. X times negative 4x gets us to the negative 4x squared. And so negative 4x times 4 makes minus 16x there in the next column. We're then going to add opposites, giving us 2 plus signs right there. Adding down, we have 16x plus 64. X goes into 16x 16 times up top. 16 times both things on the side gives us 16x plus 64. And as you can see, these are both going to subtract off and give us a remainder of 0. So we've got the same solution showing up using 2 different methods. You choose the method of your choice. But don't cancel in that original problem. You cannot cancel with those plus signs sitting there. Number 12. We are dividing by a monomial. And when we divide by a monomial, it's easiest just to create separate fractions, each of which have this 15x to the third in the denominator. After we do this, we will then cancel each of those fractions separately. In the first fraction, the 5 and the 15 reduce to 1/3, and the x to the thirds cancel out. In the second fraction, 10 over 15 reduces to 2/3, and when we cancel, we notice there's an extra x in the denominator. Minus, the 15s will cancel, and there's an extra 2 x's in the denominator, So that becomes 1 over x squared. And in the last division process, the 20 over 15 reduces to 4/3, and there's no x's to cancel, so the x to the third stays in the denominator.